So when I get on defense, you look at mine and tell him what I'm doing.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Yeah.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
Most of the time, unless you really know you got him lined up.
Flacco. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Hey, well, I'm about to be on defense. I'm about to be on defense. So just watch my defense and let him know after the play is over what I do.
Give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with him prior to the game.
And technically, Stretch, you'll be able to see who I control.
That gives like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 10. Goff again.
Now tell him what I did. Tell him what I did.
15 yards on the
I had the middle linebacker. And I ran to where I thought he was going through, and he threw it over my head to another person who I didn't control.
But there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well.
You see I'm moving him,
now
right?
He's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. 3rd and long. It's gone. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos are going to get it at the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
The key is if you double tap that button,
lead
he'll
and
pump
the football. First and 10.
If you just tap it once.
Well,
I'm just telling you, if you tap it once, he'll throw it, he'll lob it. If you double tap it, he'll pump it.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping,
no.
Defensive line
if you tap it once, he'll lob it. If you double tap it, it's a pump fake.
Didn't happen on that play.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Up past the 25 to the 26.
Or whatever, whoever you're trying to throw it to.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now the first button I'm gonna press, I'm gonna double tap it.
Now Flacco.
See, I double tap again. But the only problem is, you take too long.
Flacco's gonna be dropped. Aaron Donald with a sack.
But maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
Black 20.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get this.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff.
See,
Here's another interception.
But I'm saying, you see,
in this first quarter. Picked off by Justin Simmons. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if
yeah. It's right next to the depth chart. It should say. It should be right next to the challenge play. Yeah. If it's locked and they say it's nothing to challenge, they may do a booth review. Yeah.
Coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
It would say probably said it was nothing to challenge. It would be right next to the depth chart.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. The ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I'm going to do a live pass on this play.
Throwing on second down. Flacco. He's going to flip this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete.
It's like a light tap. It's basically a light tap. And you see, and we will tell you when you look.
Now it's third down.
But we will tell you, like when I did mine, and you can even see it. I lightly tapped it.
Incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Natson. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
You gonna take. You gotta take. Point out. Hey, lift.
Out of the gun. Gone. Rolling to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing. But there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense. But if he starts going like he used to, he's obviously going to be a good one.
Fresh legs is what you're counting on with Le'Veon Bell and a fresh start in New York with the Jets. And if you're looking for an exciting rookie, remember this. Kyler Murray's going to get the ball from the first snap, and they're going to leave him in there throughout. And as long as he stays healthy, he's going to pitch it around the park a bunch. Don't be surprised if he gets a little love, too.
The play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
You can lead them.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
I'm glad he didn't fumble.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a 1st down.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
He's coming. Double up.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Flacco throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sanders. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. On first down, Lindsey trying to run inside, but nothing there. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
54. Gun. 54. I'm going to run you over.
They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal, Flacco. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jeff Hireman as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos push further out in front.
No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here.
That's like the way your neck and your shoulders.
This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Like 54. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Bang, 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 bang. No, no, no. Off. Gun.
Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
You know it's 4th down, right?
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Goff now looking to throw. Going up top for
and he dropped
this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
We had possession of the ball.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Donald picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
A pass complete here to Sanders. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
It's a gain of 15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
54. Come on, D.
Flacco to throw here on 3rd down. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check back, check back.
A jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Jet sweep.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete.
I thought you was going long. The way to get your check down.
3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
No, I was right behind him.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Nope.
And I don't think this has the carry.
Really,
it does not. It's no
touch
good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
There you go.
And I always enjoy the
it's
conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw
I didn't
the flag,
touch him, but they gave me
you
the flag
caused
on
the
the play.
play. You did it. I had to.
So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. Now gone. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
What's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward. And
You're right, I don't want you to score.
Off play action. Here's Goff. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Goff. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, and Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those 4. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right, and Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20, so get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium, and his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
Flacco now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Flacco leads to Lindsey on the draw. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 16 yards, a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Another run by Lindsey. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. The quick slant caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout. Their second. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
20. 54. You're over here. You're over here. He's not going to get me.
They'll try to run with Lindsey.
Come on, Lindsey, get in there.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
You're going to let me get this touchdown stretch. It's going to happen.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. They're going to look to throw it for Flacco. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Clay Matthews adding another sack to his impressive NFL resume. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out. That's just who they are.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, come on, now.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
3rd and 2. Goff. And got him in. It's Woods. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Gone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Derek Wolfe in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And my goodness, another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Trying to get it to Woods.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this.
All right. Will you want to play a game, or you about to get on Call of Duty?